What's up, guys? It's mid-season form. We used to have a show back in the day called the Rainmakers Weekly. We just rebranded the YouTube channel, so you can go back, scroll down, and see Dennis crystal balled the living hell out of some games, some stuff I didn't even think was possible. One time he called Jerry Jeudy getting 3 touchdowns in a game back when Jeudy was on the Broncos. We called every wild card matchup almost down to the point, some of them uncanny. But anyway, I got the brackets up. You might have seen our posts on YouTube, X. It's also mid-season form. We're going to have them linked down below. Follow us on there. We made posts about referee assignments for Wild Card Weekend. So I tell you what, without further ado, Dennis has got some big ideas and some little gold nuggets. So take this baby away.
Let's go. Guys, welcome to our most profitable weekend of the entire year. There are 52 weekends in the year, and Wild Card Weekend is when we absolutely dominate. And here's the deal. It is Wild Card. It is absolutely expected to be crazy. And the problem is, and this is the reason why people don't get this weekend right, they just, they're like, oh, it's all underdogs, or, oh, it's going to be, all the favorites because, the 1s and 2s, the 2s and the 3s are supposed to win everything and all these other, numbers, right? And I'm here to tell you that what we have this weekend, and listen, my 6-legger's already in. Obviously, I'm going to do 2, 3, 4, and 5s, right? But I wanted to make sure I got that in before any of the numbers shifted. I wanted to see it. It's in there. So when I tell you we have the keys to the castle this weekend, this is it. If you guys followed us in 2023, we went what? There were 12 games, right? And there were 16 potential 18 potential, wins, right? We only missed 2. And that was the Cowboys and the Bucs in the final game, which was the final game of Tom Brady's career. We absolutely picked the Bucs to beat the Cowboys, and that didn't happen. Other than that, it was spot on from everything with the over-unders, the money lines, and the spreads. If you even just tried any of those bets and put any of that combination together without the Cowboys and Bucs, you probably paid off your house. So it was that good, okay? It was that good. And when I tell you what we have this weekend, it's on, all right? Tom, where do we want to start, man? Game 1, right?
Let's see. Yeah. So we're just going to go down the line in order. And I think it's the same order that we've posted the ref assignments on. Verifying that real quick. Blakeman, Hill, Allen. Yeah, they're the same order. So guys, if you screenshotted that X post with the referee assignments, we're going to go bing, bang, boom, right down the line. First game is Rams at Panthers. We've heard this song before. Panthers got them, but it was a regular season, and we got some theories about that. It's one of your classic. If we're going to see in the postseason, we might just kind of lay some more vanilla stuff down and take an L. I don't know if that was the case, but I have a feeling it's one of those situations where they see them in the playoffs, and the Rams are going to strap up their helmets and take care of business.
Absolutely. So, first game, we got the Rams at the Panthers. The referee is Cleet Blakeman. Important to note, the Panthers beat the Rams week 13, 31-28. That sounds like I made that up, but that absolutely happened, right? It's very important to know that this was a pure Vegas game. Everyone was on the Rams money line and the Rams to cover 9.5. This was a classic West team going east as a heavy favorite.
Yeah, and for those of you who are new to this, when we say Vegas game, if you can ever look at the numbers and say let's say it's like Baltimore, Cleveland at Baltimore or something, for example, and 90% of the money is like a Sunday night game. This happens a lot, right? It'll be or the New York Jets at the Ravens or something like that. And everybody's like, easy, oh, it's Ravens minus 12. That would be the public line, would just to bet that the Ravens blow them out, or 90%. of the money being on the Ravens to blow them out. So Vegas would be the opposite of that happening. Some weird calls, the Jets playing the Ravens too close for comfort or even beating them outright, which what did we watch a Jets-Bills game last year where that happened? The Jets actually beat the Bills. Josh Allen was healthy. These things happen. Kansas City gets 4 tries and a 2-point conversion against the Tennessee Titans. The Titans had him dead to rights. It was like Malik Willis's rookie year. So many instances of this happening. But, guys, when we say public Vegas, you're like with the public or you're going against the grain. You're like a shark. That's what we mean.
There it is. So the Panthers in the playoffs, they have no chance against this stacked LA Rams team. Okay? Like when you look and see just overall, expect the Rams to go into Bank of America Stadium and roll these Panthers who limped into the playoffs by accident. So, when you have an NFC South that was three of the 4 teams were 8-9, right? And you had to hope for the Falcons to beat the Saints, which were favored. The Falcons were favored. But because you couldn't take care of business on Saturday, which we knew that wasn't going to happen, right? We knew the Bucs were going to win it. It just made sense for the NFC South to come down to the Falcons beat the Saints and the Panthers limp into the playoffs. That's exactly what happened. We called that. All right, so when you think about that, Rams money line, covered 10.5. I'm not worried about the spread at all. The 10.5 is there to scare you, to make that, because it's the playoffs, and you think you need to take the plus 10.5, right? Especially West going East. They lost by 3 last time they played in the regular season. It's a completely different ball game. It's a completely different ball game. My prediction is Rams 34, Panthers 20, maybe 20. They might get 20. So,
that's a lot of scoring.
Yeah. Well, Rams are going to. It's going to be they're going to be just going. It's going to be crazy. So that's what I expect. I think Rams are going to beat them at least by 2 touchdowns. So Rams money line, cover the 10.5, and obviously in this case, sounds like we're taking the over. So,
have you noticed that they almost put Puka Nacua in like a Antonio Brown type lens there for a couple days? He went on with some YouTuber and he did like a hand gesture, and they're like, "Oh, Puka Nacua is destructive to the locker room, and they've had some problems with him, and I'll be surprised if they re-sign him, and is he worth it and all this?" And then I go out and watch him play, and I'm like, the dude looks like a quiet guy. He's always got a smile on his face.
Right.
Balls out, makes these stupid one-handed catches. But, hey, narratives, right? Narratives are a bitch. That's why, guys, you got to be careful on Twitter. Be careful with the news. Be careful with, SVP or Rich Eisen or The Herd. Or all these guys. I listen to all these guys straight up. But, it's just like picking stocks off what you see on Jim Cramer.
It is. So, they're all going to have their opinions. And some are going to be warranted. Others are going to be, right? Like, I could actually see that happening. When you're going into the playoffs, you want to look at scenarios and look at reasoning, and you want to build the picture, and you want to paint everything, right? To where it makes the most sense. And what's the public going to bet on? Because some of that's going to be right, but then there's also a couple of them in there that are going to be, oh no, why didn't I see this coming, right? And what we're here tonight to tell you about is the stuff that you didn't even think about that you won't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I didn't see this coming. So that's the first game.
So with the 10.5, since the first game was 31-28, since it was so high scoring, I'm just going to think snooze fest here. Since these are all standalone games, my initial thought is to not total snooze fest, but it's to say and we give an award out, guys, called the Snoozies. If a game's 5-2 final score or something like that, I'll put a snoozy up. Y'all will see it on Instagram. I'll say 21-10. It's what's the
21-10?
Yeah, what's the bare minimum that they can score and it still be somewhat entertaining? or it could be like last year's playoffs, and the Rams could just absolutely just blow the doors off of them. Remember what was it last year, 2 years ago? I was ready for like these good competitive playoff games. I'm like, all right, we've distilled the NFL down to all the top talent, and all right, we're ready for some real competitive games. And then it would be like 42-3, like Texans Browns, and Flacco throws 17 interceptions. Anyway,
Right.
I'll say 21-10 Rams, because I like the Rams too, to be honest.
I like it. All right. So we like the Rams here to cover for sure. Over under, we're mixed on. And hey, listen, that can go either way. I could see it both, but I definitely like Rams money line for sure. And the 10.5, don't be fearful of it. Don't be scared of it. If you want to do the 9.5 just to make sure you're covered, that's fine. I don't have a problem with the 10.5 here. I think they're going to blow the doors off them. Panthers aren't even supposed to be in the playoffs. So
I'll tell you what, too, if you want to go from no, go ahead. Go down to game 2. So game 2 is Packers at Bears, which did we see this 3 weeks ago, or was it Bears at Packers?
It was Packers at Bears, the same exact game.
All right.
But different players. Different players.
Yeah, we're going to have the starters in this time.
We're going to have the starters in. Jordan Love is healthy again. And here we go. All right. Packers at Bears, Saturday night in Chicago. It's going to be absolute just pandemonium in there, right? All the Bears fans, just all of it. The Packers fans are going to be there. Like, it's going to be a very fun, eventful game. The ref is Adrian Hill. Important to note here, when the Bears beat the Packers week 16, 22-16 in overtime, this was a game where the Malik Willis-led Packers dominated the Bears until the last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. So there's 60 minutes in a ball game. You're dominated for 57 minutes of that game. Okay? Luckily, we were on the Bears money line live here. I was chatting with Tom. I was like, I'm about to take him live. Like, I see something happening here. And I saw the flow of the game changing in the fourth. And Green Bay and Jordan Love healthy is a completely different offense.
Let's also note that the Chicago Bears have been on the receiving end of a few little gifts over the course of this season.
Cardiac Bears. Crazy.
They've gotten some field goal free kicks. They've gotten some big calls going their way. They've got some very fortuitous bounces of the football, let's say.
Oh, yeah. Don't let the last few weeks of the season take you or deter you from Green Bay being a championship contender, because they absolutely are. They haven't showed it yet.
That's what they did to you with the New York Giants back when New York limped into the playoffs. And they got David Tyree with the helmet catch and beat Moss and Brady, the guys who were supposed to win. So we can go back and dust off the old history books and, tell you all kinds of nice little stories about how the NFL lulls you into a false sense of security and then reaches in your pocket and,
just takes your money away from you, man.
Takes them checks, courtesy of FanDuel and DraftKings.
That's it. They just, you don't need this anymore. Right. Thanks for playing. Appreciate it. Here's a free $10 bet next week.
Yeah. So what was your did you give a prediction for Packers over Bears?
Yeah, so I like this one. I expect the Packers to go into Soldier Field, led by Jordan Love, and squeak out a win. I think it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. Caleb Williams absolutely is a solid quarterback. And you know what? Down the line, he might actually get one. Okay? Packers money line in a close game. could literally win by 1 point here. Like, it's probably going to be close. All right. I would say take money line. Don't worry about the spread. Whatever. I mean, it's 1.5 now. Just take money line. Don't stretch it. I'm thinking 23-21 in the last minute field goal. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So I'm thinking it's 20-21. Jordan Love has the ball last 2-minute drill, maybe 2 minutes and 45 seconds drill, a couple timeouts, and they just figure it out. They get it done, and they score a field goal in the last few seconds to win the game. That's what I'm thinking this happens.
So whenever I think Bears-Packers, I think ridiculously low-scoring game. Do we know how the weather's supposed to be? We think we're going to get any snow here?
You know what? I haven't even looked at the weather yet. That's definitely something to think about. But, man, I almost don't even want to look at the weather.
Yeah.
Because every time I look at that weather, it's like –
steers you the wrong way.
Oh, like, the game comes on and you're like, it's absolutely beautiful out here. What were they talking about?
Right. And then it goes under.
Yeah. They're like,
you get snow and then it goes over.
And I'm like, 10-mile-an-hour winds is nothing to cut through, And then they're like, it's gusts of 20. And I'm like, where? Right? So I know it's playoff football, and that's something we should definitely look at. I don't want to buy the weather. I don't even want to look at the weather.
To use a snow metaphor, let's just plow straight through that then.
Just plow right through
it. What I'm thinking, Bears-Packers, it's going to be cold because they're in Chicago, obviously, because they earned the 1 seed. Congratulations, Chicago Bears. You got a real quarterback for the first time in your franchise history. I mean, no offense to anyone, but I think he has the edge on all the other guys. There's some real quarterbacks in there, but just the stars didn't align anyway. Sorry, Chicago fans. Nothing personal. I'm a Cowboys fan, so you can say whatever you want about me. So when I think Bears-Packers, I think of like games that end 7-3.
Ooh,
and so I just growing up, it just always happened. And Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, Micah Parsons is hurt. There's going to be no defense. These guys are going to be running amok all over the field. And the NFL's like, that's exactly what we want you to think. And I think, dude, it's honestly going to be like 6-9. There will be like one touchdown. They're going to miss an extra point to get it to 9. And Bears are going to have a chance to kick a field goal and tie it at 9. And you're going to get one of those like gyro balls that just wings off to one side, and that's going to be how the Packers walk out of Soldier Field victorious.
So, okay. So it'd be
Bears miss a game-tying field goal. 9-6 Packers.
Wow. Okay. Well, the good news is we're both on the under on that one because the over is under is 45.5 right now.
Yeah, over seems too easy. It's like what I would.
It does seem too easy.
It's like
exactly.
Love, no D. It's like it's like pick me over. It's gonna go over. It's easy. This is easy money. So I've never had easy money.
There's no easy money in the NFL. The second you think it's easy,
you gotta try to lose money. That's what we do here. So sure, absolutely. Like when we picked the Bears live money line, we were like, nah, they ain't coming back. Nah, let's just do it, right? What was it, plus 750 or something like that? I was like, let's just see what happens. Yeah, it's opposite day. So with that said, third game, Bills at Jags.
Saturday's in the books. You're feeling good. You're already 2-0 on your parlay. Congratulations. Third game, Sunday. Bills at Jaguars. So you have Josh Allen and the Bills, and everybody is like, it's Josh Allen's year, and, all the futures are on the Bills, and it's been like that basically all season, right? They've stumped their toe a few times, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, the Bills are absolutely, they're back, right? Important to note, the referee is Brad Allen.
And what's
Brad
that mean?
Allen is a very, Vegas referee. Okay? Whatever you think it is the complete opposite. All right? So the fact that the Bills, who they should be favored in this game, right? By all means, because they're Buffalo and Josh Allen and everything else, right? They're not. And is it because the Jaguars have been doing real well? Possibly, right? Are they're home? Possibly. The Jags are very difficult to beat at their home field in Duval County. Okay? The Jags only lost to Seattle this year at home in Jacksonville. The loss to the Rams was in London, so it doesn't count. It doesn't count. It wasn't in Jacksonville. Okay. So the Jags, they also a couple weeks ago, week 16? They beat the number 1 seeded Denver Broncos in Denver. They are currently on an 8-game win streak.
Oof.
8-game. They beat Denver in that flow there. Okay. All the futures are on the Bills. Like, so many futures are on Buffalo to just have, Josh Allen wins a Super Bowl, right? And Brad Allen is a very Vegas ref. The majority of the money, when it all shakes out, it's going to be on the Bills because it's supposed to be Josh Allen's year. No Mahomes, no Lamar Jackson, no Joe Burrow to worry about. He forgot all about Trevor Lawrence in Duval County for their first home playoff game since they beat the Chargers 3 years ago in the most unlikely of comebacks. Crazy. It was 31-30 final score Jaguars. It was 28-0 Chargers at halftime. 28-0.
And that's what everybody calls chargering, in case you're wondering.
Think about that. Put that together.
And I hope
expect the Jaguars to take care of business in Duval County and destroy all of the Buffalo Bills futures. Vegas is going to eat so much money from that. Like, they're going to be so happy. All right. And full transparency, it is an entertainment business. People have bet a bunch of money on the Bills futures to win the Super Bowl. It's all going to come crashing down on Sunday. Prediction, Jaguars money line, cover the 1.5 spread. Just take the money line. This game is forecasted to be a shootout because you would think Trevor Lawrence, probably great weather. Buffalo, Josh Allen, great weather. It's going to be high flying, right? Brad Allen is going to ensure that Josh Allen has another tough playoff game. It's going to go under. Jaguars 26, Bills 24. The over-under is 52.5. I got the under on that game.
I'm going to go 28-17 Jags.
I like it.
Because, I'm by the way, guys, for the sake of this, Dennis and I are going to be on the same page through a lot of this stuff. I have some scenarios that I would like to play out, but we've gone over this and we're seeing it the same way for now. Right.
Yep. Unless something just dramatically changes. This is what's happening. Like, this is happening. All right.
I would love – I've got like a little bit of a contrarian in me, a little bit. So what I would want to think, let's say that I – just from watching football and knowing what I know, I should think that the Bills have been to the playoffs every year. They've been to the Divisional or the AFC. They made an AFC championship game. I don't remember, probably. But they're like – playoff veterans. They've been around the block a few times. It ain't their first rodeo. So, like, Jags suddenly get good. No one expected them to make the playoffs. They're ahead of schedule. Bills should go in there and whoop up on them and then say, I'm the captain now. Baltimore's out of the way. Mahomes is out of the way. It should be a clear road for Josh Allen, like you said, to go. They just wave him on through the playoffs, right? But I think there's too many Bills futures. Just like I think there's too many Niners futures.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of these. And it sounded weird, but it's one of those things where the more I start to think about it, the more it makes sense. So it's a contrarian pick, in my opinion. But yeah, I like the Jags. Next game is 49ers at Eagles. Now, this is an interesting one because Alan Eck is from Pennsylvania, and we have another little factoid. Not only is he from Pennsylvania, the Eagles are 8-1. The Eagles, I'm going to repeat that. The Eagles are 8-1 in games he referees, including the 2023 NFC Championship. The 49ers are 3-6 in games he officiates. So, guys, this is why we posted the referee assignments. These are often overlooked and usually very important.
Boy, that's a nugget. That is a nugget.
Mm-hmm. So,
wow.
Yeah. And then Dennis
is
yeah. So, yeah, tell us about how the Eagles do in the playoffs at home with Jalen Hurts starting.
Let's talk about the Eagles at home at the Link.
Your Eagles.
Jalen Hurts. Right. Go Birds, baby. Go Birds. Right? So, at home with Jalen Hurts at the helm in the playoffs is a perfect 6-0. He has not lost one playoff game at home. Not one. If you go look at the record, it's going to say, oh, he's lost one. No, that was a Super Bowl. That was Super Bowl 57. That was the past. We're over that now. Okay? 6-0. Last time they played the 49ers in the playoffs, not the last time they played them, but in the playoffs, regardless of the Brock Purdy injury on the first drive, it wasn't even close. It was just crazy, okay? 49ers overall are severely banged up on defense with linebackers and their offensive line with Trent Williams not staying healthy. Don't know if he's going to play yet. Honestly, it's not even going to matter. That defense, Philly's defense, is masterful. And then they're going to be at home at the Link. Okay?
Now, Philly took their foot off the pedal last week, but don't let them.
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's what caused this game, right? Expect a fully rested Eagles team after most starters resting for Week 18 to come out with that firepower that you expect from them in the playoffs. 6-0 at home in the playoffs. Haven't lost one game under Jalen Hurts. Okay? This Eagles defense, since Brandon Graham came out of retirement, is one of the best, if not the top defense in the league. I know the Texans, I get it. We're going to get to that in a minute, okay? But they have been stalling teams.
Just watch what they did 2 weeks ago. I can't think of who they played off the top of my head.
I'll tell you right now.
Bills?
The Bills. Yeah.
13-12.
13-12.
I mean, I had never seen Josh Allen was looking rough. That was bad.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And he was home, but it didn't matter.
Yeah.
That defense, we had him 13-0 at halftime. And then obviously he's going to come back and do its thing and whatever, right? But that defense is crazy good, all right? Against a 49ers offensive line who is struggling to stay healthy. And not really that many people to pass to. I mean, what do you have? Jennings. You have Kittle. You have Tonjes, who's the backup tight end who came out of nowhere, right? Yeah. You have McCaffrey, which, I mean, CMC, he's going to get his, right? But at the same time, you got to look at that Eagles defensive line. I don't see it happening. So expect Eagles to crush the 49ers in the link. Prediction, Eagles money line, easily cover the 4.5 spread. We're not kicking field goals with Jake Elliott. We're not kicking field goals. All right. Eagles 35, 49ers 19. Maybe 19. Maybe 19.
Yeah. It's going to be a cold day for San Francisco. I think they're going to have some trouble up there. Philly's defense is big. I mean, I've never liked the 49ers. I think I hate the Eagles a little bit more as a Cowboys fan. I couldn't care less who wins this game. But, the
over-under is 44.5.
But
Philly might just cover it by themselves.
Yeah, so I saw a stat that, and you should probably go against this stat, but the Eagles are like winless this year when Hurts throws over 200 yards, and they're undefeated when he throws under 200 yards. So Eagles fans pray for a modest performance by Jalen Hurts and a heavy dose of Saquon and Will Shipley and whoever the hell else you got back there.
Tank Bigsby.
Unfortunately, my guy Kenneth Gainwell isn't walking through that door anymore. He's across the state now. So we'll get to him in a minute. So I got the Eagles greened out there, and I don't see a lot of points here because it kind of feels like everybody's healthy and there's supposed to be a lot of points. Probably like 17. You know what? Maybe like 14-8. 17-8. When's this game? Nighttime?
Afternoon.
Oh, it's in like the 4:30 window?
Yep.
Yeah.
49ers, week 14 against the Titans, gave up 24 points. Against the Colts, led by Phillip Rivers, gave up 27.
That kind of felt like a setup.
Against the Bears, gave up 38. And then against the Seahawks, gave up 13. But whatever about that game. So
I'll tell you what's the line? So the line is on that Eagles
44.5. It's 44.5. Yeah.
Okay. And the ref says it goes over or under?
I mean, I truly, just by understanding football, I believe it's going to go over. I think the Eagles could possibly even cover the over by themselves. So I think the over is very much in play. Right now.
Oh, but with Eck, Eagles should cover.
It's expected to go under. The money is 85% on the under.
Oh,
Give me
wow.
that over. Give me the over.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm just automatically want to go contrarian, but okay, I could see. And what's you said it's 44.5?
44.5, yeah. Against a Niners team who can't stop anybody.
35-10, Eagles.
Yeah, absolutely. I could definitely see that happening. Yep.
All right. So I've turned the Eagles green there. Moving on. Chargers at Patriots.
Sunday night football.
The Chargers, they finally got Harbaugh. Justin Herbert, he's a real quarterback. We all love Justin Herbert. He's so tall, and he's dating that influencer, and this is just great. And they're in a nice, pretty stadium where it never rains or snows or gets cold. And it's SoFi, they keep the thermostat at a nice, agreeable 72 degrees. And, I got some bad news for you, Chargers, because you have to go to a little place called Gillette Stadium in about 30 minutes outside of Boston in Foxborough, Massachusetts. And it's not going to be 72 degrees.
No.
There might even be some wind. There might even be some precipitation. And how many bones and ligaments and stuff has Justin Herbert obliterated in the past 2 years?
Oh,
he's going to be like your grandpa before a lightning storm.
So much.
Drake May,
Yeah.
he's still young and supple. He can still spin that. He could. The Chargers O line is obliterated. Derwin James is in and out of the injury report, the / blue tent. Herbert's hand is held together with chewing gum, pipe cleaners, paper clips, pennies, and God knows what else. And they are. I can't think of a better phrase than limping in. So I think this one's going to get ugly. Chargers fans, we're all excited about Jim Harbaugh, and we want to see them in the playoffs. But I don't think it's going to be a good day for Charger fans. And I've always liked the Chargers. I'm starting to like them a little more, but I think the Patriots going to run away with this one. It's going to might even get pretty ugly pretty quick.
I think so. Yeah, I think it is. So we're expecting the Patriots to crush the Chargers at Gillette Stadium late Sunday night football. Patriots money line easily cover the 3.5. Patriots 30, Chargers 17 is what I have, maybe. And let's see, that over-under on that game right now. Let me see what that over-under is. That over-under right now is 46.5. Okay, so right on the over. Oh, man, I don't know. I might stay away from that over-under.
Yeah.
It's right on that button for me. I think the Chargers, Patriots put up 30, probably even more. Chargers, no matter what, Patriots money line and cover 3.5. I think it's going to go over, but if you're putting a lay together, just don't put the over under there. I'm not sold on that. I don't think the Chargers are going to score that much points. It's going to be the Patriots that are going to score the points. That cover 3.5. Regardless of Sunday night football, it doesn't matter during the playoffs. It's a completely different ball game because everybody's going to be watching it no matter what, all the way through, and the NFL knows that, right? Drake May is going to run away with this game.
Okay. I did pull up a weather chart for all these games. And nice. New England says it's going to be between 32 and 41 degrees with a 10% chance of precipitation and winds 8 to 14 miles an hour. And what does Ron Torbert do?
So
as a ref?
Torbert, he was the Super Bowl ref last year. Now, in my experience, also last year, he was the ref for the Bengals and the Ravens when they scored 80 points at Paycor Stadium.
Okay.
He's a flip-flopper. It's either absolute pandemonium and so many points or no points.
Under 30. I'm guessing.
There's never really in the middle. That's why that over-under kind of scares me a little bit overall. Mm-hmm. That might be where Vegas gets their money from that game. But Patriots are going to absolutely cover that 3.5 with no problem. Not even a concern at all.
Yeah. Like I was saying, I don't know about the over, but it feels like Dicker has even been cold lately. So he could be, 2 for 4 or 1 for 3.
The Patriots defense.
It could be 35.
Patriots defense. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to pray on these and make an X post or something. But right now, yeah. I know I said 35-10 about another one, but I'll go ahead and just maybe I'll say 35-13, 35-17, something like that. That'd give you the over, but I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like Drake May statistically and Justin Herbert are both everybody who had them on their fantasy teams. Justin Herbert never really panned out like he was supposed to. But when you think of Justin Herbert, you're he could just pass for 500 yards. And when you look at Drake May, you're he has been passing for over 300 quite a bit, right? Isn't he second or first in the league in air distance yards in addition to completion percentage, I mean, he's
Something
dropping
like that, man.
bombs.
He's solid.
He's dropping bombs. So we're all thinking over, and you say, with Torbert, maybe he just lets him go. Maybe he just lets him happen, and it's 35-24, 35-17, something like that. So I'm going to say, because let's say Dicker misses a couple of field goals and they just ended up going for it, and then they get a touchdown on one of those, and then they miss it, and they miss the touchdown on another one of those, and so it ends up kind of being a wash. But then I'll say 35-17.
Yeah. I can see that.
Going to go away from them too. They'll have to go for touchdowns.
Yep, I can see that happening. Yep. So, I mean, I'm leaning more towards the over on that game, but definitely Patriots to just demolish.
So let me bing. Patriots are checked. And that still leaves a bunch of openness and ambiguity until we fill that 6th game in, Dennis.
This game right here is my favorite game of the entire weekend.
This is the piece de resistance, as they say in French restaurants.
This is absolutely what you want to see. This is must see. I mean, there are going to be so many eyes on this football game. Like, the Super Bowl obviously is going to have the eyes. But when you think about a game that's going to have all the eyes this weekend, it is absolutely the suffocating defense of the Texans versus 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers in Acrisure Stadium on Monday Night Football. What more could you want? Right? Texans at Steelers is going to be the game.
I will say this. I think it's going to be low scoring. The referee appointment corroborates that, and I think the prevailing consensus before the game, the end, how they put all their faces up on one side of the screen and they're picking a team, and we know what that means when they're unanimous too, right? I don't know if they're going to be unanimous, or you're going to get maybe a couple people picking Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh fans they're everywhere, man. I got respect for them too, because they travel real well. They're we weren't too crazy about them in the 70s, but they're a pretty cool bunch. And as long as the Cowboys aren't going to be in the playoffs and we won't have to mess with the Steelers or Terry Bradshaw or anything like that, then they're okay in my book. So we talked about what's the thing? Thanos, Infinity Stones. Maybe we'll get to that in a minute. But I think the prevailing consensus here is going to be Texans are going to break Aaron Rodgers in half. I think that's what all the analysts and all the talking heads are going to say. They're like, Aaron Rodgers has just managed to squeak into the playoffs, and the Texans are going to turn him into space dust by the halfway through the first quarter. And for that reason, surprise, surprise, it's in Pittsburgh. I think maybe that's not what will happen. So I do like the idea of Aaron Rodgers. We've got a long tail theory about him and what he's going to do in the playoffs this year. And I'll let you get a little bit more into that and some of the funny things we've picked up on. But this is your theory here. But in this particular game, going against the grain, contrarian pick, I like the Steelers in a very, very low scoring. There might not even be a touchdown in this game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really? All right.
I would just hate for that to happen. So I'm gonna try not to speak it into existence. I won't say that again. 13-6 Steelers.
Wow. Okay. All right.
And the Texans will be knocking on the door at the end, and the Steelers defense will make some spectacular play to keep the Texans maybe out of the end zone by like a couple yards, a la Tennessee Titans losing to the greatest show on turf back in the O's. But I like a game that's a lot closer than it looks. 13-6 Steelers.
13-6 Steelers. I will tell you this. The fact that this is the lowest total of the whole weekend, and it's on Monday night,
Oh,
I
God.
think everybody's going to be going on the under.
Oh, it's going to go over.
It's going to go over.
Ah!
It might barely go over, but it's going to go over. Here's what's going to happen. First off, Craig Rolstad, God love him. He's the most Vegas ref in the entire Zebra stable. Like, all of them. He's him. All right? It's important to note the Texans defense has been on an absolute tear, and it seems that their offense is also rolling in recent weeks, right? This is what the books want you to see. They want you to see, they want you to think, they want you to bet Texans. Those that know the Steelers and Mike Tomlin on Monday Night Football at home with Aaron Rodgers, they know better. Steelers at home on Monday Night Football with Mike Tomlin as the coach. How many games has he lost, Tom?
Off the top of my head, not a lot. And I'm trying to see, you said what was the line here? Texans 3.5 point. Mike Tomlin also, as a home dog, performs incredibly well. I don't know if I can pull it up real quick.
I'll give you the answer right now.
Okay. Please, thank you.
0.
Oh my God, really?
He is undefeated at home on Monday Night Football.
And okay, here, Mike Tomlin as a home dog is 16-7-2 against the spread. That's 68%. And even better records falling a lot. Well, they didn't lose, so ignore that. But he is considered one of the most profitable coaches in the NFL for contrarian bettors who bet against the public's perception. So another little Vegas.
And who is the referee?
Rolstad.
Rolstad. And where's the money?
All on
Houston. And it's not even going to be close. Like, when these bets all handle themselves out here in the next 3 or 4 days or so, you're going to see like 80 to 90% of the money is going to be on Houston. And by all means, it should be. And this is the perfect trap. This is the trap game of the entire playoffs. This is it. Steelers.
Score.
Yep, go ahead.
Score.
Oh.
Did you say it already? I'm sorry, man.
So I'll tell you this. Predictions, Steelers money line, easily cover the +3, okay? Steelers defense is going to suffocate Stroud in his offense. Expect 3 and outs, turnovers, and Steelers playing Steelers football. And DK Metcalf is fresh and healthy after being out for 2 straight weeks.
Thanks, Detroit.
And Rolstad, Mr. DPI, is the referee.
Oh, boy.
Aaron Rodgers is going to have an absolute field day.
Oh, boy.
Expect the Steelers to dominate Acrisure Stadium on Monday Night Football. Steelers 27, Texans 13 to just barely cover the over of 39.5.
Oh, so it's 40. Okay. Yeah, it needs 40. Well, maybe I'll be wrong, but see that, boys and girls, that unlocks our AFC divisional playoff. So that would send Pittsburgh packing to Denver, and it would send Jacksonville to New England. In the NFC, our Packers over Bears, Eagles over Niners, and Rams over Panthers would send the Green Bay Packers over to Seattle and the Los Angeles Rams up to Philadelphia.
There you go. There you go. There is your wild card weekend. So to recap, the winning 6-team parlay this week, and you can just get all in there, do the 2s and 3s and round robins, and it's not financial advice, everybody.
Yeah.
But feel free.
I don't even know if we have
already
to
in
say
there.
that on here, but it's not. We're not
Yeah.
telling you what to do. We're telling you what we're doing.
We're telling you what
We're
we're doing.
We're not your mom.
Rams, Packers, Jags, Eagles, Patriots, Steelers. Rams to cover. Packers money line. Jags money line. Eagles to cover. Patriots to cover. Steelers money line.
And for those of you just listening, we'll write this down on X for you, and it'll be out there. So we're going to try to give you all the information. We'll even share a couple of screenshots of whatever we're doing. I think well, you know what? No, I need to share that now because the odds will change after these games happen. I took out what was it? Were the Steelers plus 5,000? Is that what I did? Yeah.
Yeah.
I took a plus 5,000 on Pittsburgh to win the Super Bowl. I can't believe I can get those odds. They're in the playoffs, guys. So that just shows you the level of doubt. There's got to be like no futures on the Steelers. And there won't be any futures on the Steelers probably until they win this game. So it may not seem like the smart play, but it sure as hell is the value play.
Absolutely.
So I took futures out. And so guys, we'll go ahead and very quickly do like spoiler alert, the rest of the playoffs, what we think is going to happen. Green Bay goes to Seattle. Bink, Green Bay. LA goes to Philly. And what we say, Philly, Dennis?
Philly.
All right. Steelers have to win because Jordan Love's 27, and let's just entertain this for now. All 27-year-old Green Bay Packers quarterbacks go to the Super Bowl. And guess what? Aaron Rodgers has beaten 31 NFL teams. The only team that he hasn't beat yet is that team whose uniform he was wearing for so many years when he was doing the discount double check and running around and being vintage Aaron and all that stuff. You get all of his Infinity Stones. Aaron Rodgers needs to go have a bizarro Super Bowl match of the one he won when he beat Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl in 2000. It was like 11. More than 10 years ago.
2011.
Yep. 2011? Yeah, okay. So that's what he needs. And then will he ride off into the sunset? I could not blame him one bit if he did, but I wouldn't be surprised if he runs it back either. Anywho, Patriots or Jags here in the next round, right? Patriots?
Patriots.
Mm-hmm. And then that brings Pittsburgh to New England. Goodbye. Green Bay to Philly. Goodbye. And then Pittsburgh over, as we just said, the Green Bay Packers.
In the most unlikeliest of Super Bowls, and when people really start realizing what's going on and they put 2 and 2 together, they're going to be like, oh, that's going to be a good game. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it will be. It will be a great game.
And, we never know how money's – like we might be wrong about, if what do you call it? If the Rams might beat Philly. We don't know. The Jags might beat New England. We don't know. I mean, probably not, but we don't know where the money's going to go from week to week, right?
Right.
So something could happen. There could just be so much money coming on Philadelphia that they're like,
right.
Rams are going to win this one. Sorry, boys.
Yeah.
For those of you out there wearing your tinfoil hats. Yeah, right. So, but anyway, that's our story. We're sticking to it. Steelers over Packers in Super Bowl LX. And I think, Dennis, don't we have a you know what? Let me see if I can do this. Yeah, we have a teaser. See if I can pull this up real quick. We saw, I don't know if it was a tweet or what. But here you go. Can you see that?
Why is that out there?
Somebody put this on X. I don't know if they did it with AI or what. It's not. I can't imagine. Oh, it's ML Football. So there you go.
Looks great.
Give them a follow on X. I think it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
They have come out with some good tweets. I retweet some of their stuff. I do like them. Shout out to ML Football if any of you happen to be listening. But yeah, and then look, DK Metcalf in 9. That's Christian Watson. So
that's right. Yeah.
Very, very interesting. And then we saw a 2026 Super Bowl odds from CBS Sports, and that had a trophy in it, which had a yellow end zone in the background. So look, guys, tinfoil hats notwithstanding.
Yeah.
No, they dropping some hits. What are we supposed to do with all this information? So
look at all that yellow and look at all the yellow and green.
Yeah.
In
the logo.
In the picture. In the logo. Mm-hmm. There's so much yellow in there, man.
Yeah.
So much. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, we don't have any pink teams, so you can
and what was it? Whatever.
It's like somebody's printer broke. This Super Bowl logo, by the way. It's just like
if I remember right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if I remember right, for the last few years, the team with the color at the bottom of the logo wins it all.
Oh, I don't know. That's, you know what? We're going to have to get our Super Bowl logos together and do that on another episode. So
there you go.
We'll see y'all.
The only team that's left there is yellow.
Yeah. We'll
I mean, there's red and white, but that ain't happening.
Yeah. And the last one was like it was red with like yellow and something swirls and kind of like New Orleanian
electric green
vibes. Yeah. Yep. And then that was Eagles, some green in there. So
I don't know how that went.
Yeah. The dagger.
Devontae Smith going for it all. Boom.
Yeah.
That's a great day. So
yeah, we'll keep you guys posted on X. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. However you may be listening or watching out there. And we will see you after wildcard weekend / before divisional. And the reason for some of you younger ones that they call it divisional is because there used to be a one seed from each division, and they were waiting in the wings for another playoff game to be settled. There was 2 bye weeks. And so the second round was normally played. It got whittled down to the divisional champion.
Yep. So, and they just kept it like that. So
yeah, and why, if it ain't broke. So we've changed the kickoff till the cows come home. But anyway, guys, 58 minutes. We love you. We'll see you next week. Dennis, any parting words?
Put those lays in, guys. Not financial advice. Make that money. Thank us later.
Yep. Follow me at Midseason Form and Dennis at Learn Sport Bets on X. We're out. Have a good one.